Why do some British tourists behave so badly? From sunburned stag parties in Magaluf to drunken brawls caught on camera in Prague, the stereotype of the bad British tourist seems to follow wherever they go. But is this image really fair? Or is it exaggerated by the media and fueled by a few extreme cases? While most Brits travel respectfully, a loud and sometimes reckless minority has earned attention for all the wrong reasons. So, why do some British tourists behave so badly abroad? In this video, we'll explore cultural habits, travel environments, media bias, and what's really behind the behaviour of Britain's worst behaved holidaymakers. A party culture that travels. In the UK, holidays are often marketed as a time to party. Young Brits especially view group holidays as a rite of passage. Instead of sightseeing, many head straight to destinations like Ayia Napa, Magaluf, and Kavos, towns globally recognised for their nightlife scenes. Travel companies actively sell these locations as party hotspots, complete with bar crawls, beach raves, and bottomless drinks. That creates expectations. Many British tourists arrive ready to behave in ways they'd never consider at home. Group dynamics make things worse. In psychology, de-individuation means people in a group can lose their sense of accountability. Combined with alcohol and the thrill of being anonymous abroad, it's easy to see how a harmless night out can become something more chaotic. Alcohol abroad is cheaper, and that matters. One of the biggest factors? Alcohol is simply more affordable abroad. In Prague, a pint costs as little as €1.50, compared to around £6 in many UK cities. According to travel sites and local pricing data, beer in Czech pubs often sells for 45 to 90 Czech koruna, less than £2. In Mediterranean resorts, all-inclusive deals provide endless alcohol for a flat price. This encourages day drinking, excessive consumption, and even drinking games by the pool, all without financial consequence. For Brits used to rationing rounds back home, this feels like freedom. In some regions like Ibiza and Mallorca, local authorities have responded. New laws restrict alcohol sales after 9:30 p.m, limit all-inclusive packages to 6 drinks per day, and fine public drinking with penalties up to €3,000. These efforts aim to restore calm to areas overwhelmed by unruly tourism. The psychology of being on holiday. Being on holiday changes people. Known in psychology as the vacation effect, this mindset creates a sense that normal rules don't apply. Tourists often feel invisible, detached from their everyday identity. For some, that results in liberation. For others, misbehaviour. Add to this the influence of social media. Drunken dares, obnoxious stunts, and risky group antics are often recorded and shared online for laughs, piling on peer pressure and removing personal accountability. Psychologists have also noted that group holidays tend to escalate individual behaviours. A shy person at home might become bold abroad, especially with alcohol involved. It's not always malicious. Sometimes it's just poor judgment amplified by the setting. Cultural differences and misunderstandings. What's considered normal in Britain might be disrespectful elsewhere. For example, walking shirtless in public might be accepted in Blackpool but seen as offensive in Barcelona, where local rules prohibit such attire away from the beach. Similarly, public drunkenness, loud conversations in quiet spaces, and wearing swimwear into shops are frowned upon in much of continental Europe. But unless tourists do their research, they may not realise they're causing offence. These misunderstandings are often unintentional. British tourists aren't typically aiming to insult anyone. They simply assume that cultural norms are universal. Increasingly, though, travel sites and influencers are helping bridge these gaps by offering etiquette tips before travellers arrive. Media loves a good scandal. Few things go viral faster than videos of bad tourist behaviour. British tabloids and global media frequently highlight stories like Brits arrested after drunken riot in Spain or chaos on Ryanair flight to Ibiza. These stories often go viral on platforms like TikTok and YouTube. But while sensational incidents grab attention, they don't represent the majority. For every viral mishap, thousands of British tourists go abroad quietly, respectfully, and with genuine interest in local cultures. Still, these headlines shape global perceptions. In Prague, for example, rising complaints about rowdy stag parties led the city to ban nighttime guided pub crawls between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. in late 2024. The goal? Attract more cultured visitors and reduce noise disturbances in residential areas. British drinking culture starts at home. To understand why some British tourists go overboard abroad, it's essential to look at UK drinking norms. Nearly 56 to 59% of UK adults drink weekly, and approximately 11% binge drink at least once a week. It's the lowest level since 2018, but still considerable. Binge drinking is not limited to young adults. While rates are higher among younger men, about 1 in 5 men exceed weekly low-risk alcohol guidelines. Drinking culture is deeply ingrained, from pub outings, weekend brunches, to social bonding over pints. Often romanticised in media, this drinking to get drunk mentality is modelled early and seen as normal. Once abroad, with cheaper alcohol and no weekday responsibilities, moderation often goes out the window. This behaviour becomes more problematic in destinations where locals enjoy more moderate, meal-centric alcohol consumption. A pint at 11 a.m. might be normal in her town, but uncomfortable elsewhere. Locals in Barcelona, Rome, and Dubrovnik have voiced frustration about tourists who treat their cities like alcohol-fueled rollercoaster rides. It's not just noise, it also erodes local life quality. Destination hotspots play a role. Many towns, such as Magaluf, San Antonio, Ibiza, Sunny Beach, and Ayia Napa, actively market themselves around party tourism. Some regions rely heavily on British visitors, who each make up a large portion of tourists, shaping the nightlife economy. To curb excesses, Spanish hotspots introduced sweeping reforms. 6-drink limit per all-inclusive guest per day in Majorca and Ibiza, with fines up to €600,000 for hotels overserving and €700 to €3,000 for tourists. Public drinking bans, especially after 9:30 p.m. in Palma, Magaluf, San Antonio and Llucmajor. Violations can cost up to €3,000. Prohibitions on party boat advertising and pub crawls, aimed at reducing over-tourism and preserving community tranquility. Crackdowns on balconing due to serious injuries. Hotels and locals imposed fines between €750 to €1,500, and new rules restrict balcony diving. These efforts are reshaping the tourism model, from sun and shots to more balanced, respectful holiday experiences. And travel companies are following suit, promoting culture, relaxation, and environment over all-night fiestas. Most British tourists are actually well behaved. Despite sensational headlines, most British tourists are thoughtful, respectful, and culturally engaged. A 2024 Expedia report confirms that younger Brits increasingly prefer ethically driven travel, focusing on community, environment, and immersive experiences. British holidaymakers frequently leave detailed positive online reviews, helping responsible businesses thrive. They're more likely than average to support sustainability, stick to guided cultural visits, and explore lesser-known locales rather than mass-market resorts hoteltechreport.com. But these well-behaved tourists don't make news. Quiet respect doesn't sell stories. Still, they form the backbone of modern British tourism, proving that most people travel with curiosity, care, and open hearts, and they deserve to be the narrative we focus on. While some British tourists behave badly, the majority are respectful and curious. With greater awareness and cultural sensitivity, the negative stereotype can slowly fade. Travel should be about connection, not chaos. And British holidaymakers are more than capable of setting a better example for the world to see. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.